Hello, my friends. Welcome back. I thought I would do something a little bit different today. I have had so many questions on what I do when I first receive a wig, and I don't always show it on my channel. I usually just show when I add the water to it to separate the fibers, and that's about it. I do it primarily to keep the video at under 10 minutes, 12 minutes, something along those lines. So today what I thought about doing, Shirley's Wig Shop sent me Jones in the color Copper Sunset, which has just been, there's been a color expansion. So the three new colors, Ginger Blonde, Mandarin Rooted, and Copper Sunset, have been added. Those reds have been added to other styles in the Estetica line. So what I'm going to do today is do a color spotlight. I'm going to add the timestamps below. If you want to skip just to the color spotlight, you can do that. And if you want to see the entire video, you can do that. And if you just want to see what I do when I unbox a wig, what I do to them to make them look as natural as I possibly can. Since Jones is a basic cap wig, I thought it would be perfect to show you because it can look a bit helmety, if you will, if we don't do anything to it. Once again, thank you, Shirley, for providing this style for me, and the link, as usual, will be listed down below for you in the description box. All right, so let's start off with what I do when the wig arrives. I haven't taken it out of the box. It just arrived a couple of days ago, and it's been sitting here. And one of the things that I have found with basic caps particularly is that they tend to be a little bit of a helmet. Oh, by the way, right now I'm wearing Estetica's Ellis in Silver Sun RT8. So sometimes these wigs, especially when they have a bit of permatease, when they're basic cap, sometimes they look too poofy on the top. And I see so many members in the groups asking, well, what do I do with it? Mine doesn't look like yours. Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show you what I do. Granted, this is not the only way. There are many ways. There is no just one right way. And if you have another way that you do it, please leave it down in the comments, because that's how we learn from each other, is just sharing. We all do things differently, and there are lots of right ways. So once I've already tried on the wig, that's the first thing I'm going to do, is check it for how does it fit, how do I like the length, and do I like the color. And if all those boxes check off, now I'm going to take it off. I'll cut the tag, and I'll take my wire brush. Jones has a basic cap. There is no monofilament here. There is no lace front. But we do have permatease, and that's usually the case when we have a basic cap, because the permatease is used for two things. It's used to provide a foundation, so in order for it to prevent the wig from just falling, and the other reason is to conceal the wefts. We have open ear tabs, and we have an extended open nape with the hook type adjusters. And as many of you may know, there's lots and lots of stretch to Jones. They call it a 360 degree stretch. So we have, it's not that it runs bigger, it's just that there's a lot of stretch. I think the actual term is like pure stretch. All right, so I'm going to take my wire brush. I'm only going to use a wire brush when I have regular synthetic fibers and when I have a straight style. If I use a wire brush on a regular synthetic wavy style, I'm going to loosen the curls. If I use a wire brush on a heat-friendly fiber wig, I'm going to damage the fibers because they tend to stretch. So we don't want to do that. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, there's lots of permatease here. So I'm going to take my wire brush, and I'm really going to get this brush in here and into the root in order to loosen up that permatease a little bit. I guess I should have tried it on so you could have seen what it looks like. I forgot. Trust me, it looks kind of helmety. Don't be afraid to get that brush in there and really get into that root. It's also going to give it a more natural appearance. I don't know how I forgot to show you what it looks like, but I'm sorry. I apologize. When I get another Jones, I will show you what it looks like right out of the box. Actually, I've reviewed Jones before, and I believe I unboxed that one. Okay, so you see it looks a bit wild here. I'm going to move it back because Jones has a 4 1/4 inch bang. You see how it kind of look, you can imagine what it looked like when, if I wouldn't have brushed it through. But I'm going to move it back because that bang is long for me. Okay, now I'm going to go back with my wire brush. I'm going to add some water to separate the fibers. Of course, if you like big hair, you could just go in there and you don't have to do, you know, separate the fibers or anything like that. You could obviously add some lift to it, but if you don't, then we use our brush and it will eliminate some of that volume. Now I'm going to take my Estetica sea salt spray. I think Jones is such a cute style. You know, this is one of their best sellers because it's so easy to wear. It's a throw and go. And we have regular synthetic fibers. Doesn't need any heat. It just needs the wash. And every, I don't know, 8 to 10 wears and hang it up to dry. And that's it. That's all there is. That's all there is to it. We don't have to do anything else. And the Estetica fibers are nice, hardy fibers that are so long lasting. One of my oldest wigs is an Estetica. Wear it, wash it. I think, what is it? I have Mellow for, I don't know, 3-4 years, worn lots, and it's still going strong because it has such nice fibers. And if you ever feel that the fibers are feeling a little dry, you could just take the hot airbrush. I don't have mine here, but you could just take the hot airbrush on a low temperature. Make sure that it's got the silicone barrel and bristles, and you could just go over the ends a little bit, and that'll be the end. So that's all that I do with a new wig. When I want to eliminate, I want it to look a little bit more natural. I don't want that helmet look. I want it to be, you know, as best as to make it look as best as I possibly can, even though we're working with a basic cap and quite a bit of permatease. So if you don't like permatease, this may not be the girl for you. You know, the density isn't high. I mean, you could see I could tuck it easily behind the ears. I think that if I add some gel, it would be cool as well. All right, let's go to the color. The color, Copper Sunset. This is a relatively new color, along with 2 other reds that Estetica added recently on a few styles, and now they're expanding it to some different styles. We start out with a brown base or a chestnut brown root, and that chestnut brown will come through to the rest of the wig where it's blended with a vibrant red highlights. Really beautiful, vibrant color. I think that Estetica just knocked it out of the park with these reds. I reviewed, I think it was Jameson in Copper Sunset. I think the color is beautiful. Just in case you're wondering, the bangs on Jones is 4 1/4 inches. The sides and the crown are 7 inches. But even though those are the measurements that Estetica gives us, we have lots of layers here. Lots and lots of layers. The nape is 4 3/4, and Jones only weighs 2.9 ounces. All right, let me know what you do when you first receive a wig. Do you do anything like I do? Did you know about using the wire brush to eliminate that permatease to really cut through it? Let me know. And do you like the color? Do you like Copper Sunset? Is this something that you would wear? I know that these reds are not for everybody. I totally get it. But if you like it or if you don't like it, let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear from you. I hope that everyone is having a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Bye.